Hi guys, this is Dawn with Furtastic Friends, and today I'm coming to you with another recipe. Today we are making a devil's food chocolate cake, and I'm going to tell you what we need to make it. You need 140 grams of all-purpose flour, 50 grams of cocoa powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 150 grams of brown sugar, 3 large eggs, 120 milliliters of vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 100 milliliters of hot tap water. So, let's get started. Okay guys, now the first thing you're going to want to do is take all of your dry ingredients, and that's your flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder, and your salt, and put that together, and then we're going to sift that into our mixing bowl. And while you're doing this, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 355 degrees. Now, I know that here in the States, we normally don't do things in grams and milliliters. Luckily, our measuring cups have the milliliters on there, and luckily, I have a kitchen scale, and I was able to change the weight to grams, and so I was able to do the weights without a problem. You can go online and do an easy conversion from the grams to whatever conversion you have on hand in your own kitchen. Or unless you have a kitchen scale, then just change it to grams and measure out your ingredients that way like I did. Okay, and then now take a whisk and give all of that a good mix to make sure everything is mixed together. Now we're going to add in our brown sugar and do the same thing, give that a good mix. If you're wondering where I got this bowl from, it's from the Pampered Chef line. I got it many, many, many years ago. Okay, and now we're going to take our oil and you're going to add in the eggs. And your 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then you're going to want to mix that first with a fork. Give that a good mix before we add it into the dry ingredients. Okay. And in case you're wondering, I got this recipe from a bakery that's in Australia. Okay, and give this a good stir. And now we're going to add in our 100 milliliters of hot tap water. And then just keep stirring that until the water is completely incorporated. Oh, my arthritis. Okay, guys. Look at that yummy chocolate batter. Okay. I now have my loaf pan here. And so now we're going to pour this into our sprayed loaf pan, or you can line it with some parchment paper. Okay, now it's going to bake for 50 to 60 minutes at 355 degrees. When it's done, I'll be back. Okay guys, it's out of the oven. I let it cool for 10 minutes in the pan and then took it out of the pan, and I'm going to let it cool the remainder of the way on this cooling rack. Now you can leave it like it is at this point, or you can sprinkle some powdered sugar on top, but I like to be a little extra. So once it's cooled, I'm going to make a little dark chocolate ganache to pour over the top. So when it's done cooling, I'll be back to make that chocolate ganache to pour over the top. So I will be back shortly, guys. Okay, guys, my cake has cooled all the way, and I have gone ahead and made my chocolate ganache, which is just equal parts chocolate and equal parts of heavy cream that I've put in the microwave. I microwaved it for a minute and then stirred it and then nuked it for another 30 seconds and then continued to stir it until it was completely melted. Then I let it completely cool to room temperature, and then I put it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes to thicken up. And now we're going to drizzle some of this over our chocolate cake. And whatever chocolate ganache I have left over, I will stick in the fridge and make truffles with the remainder. Now I'm going to let this sit up, and then since I only have a few little chocolate chips left, I'm going to decorate the top with the few that I have left. And I think I have a fruit fly in here. I just bought some bananas at the grocery store. I hate when that happens. Okay, there is my chocolate cake with chocolate ganache and chocolate chips on top. And in just a little while, once it sets up, we'll give it a slice and see how it tastes. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be yummy. Okay guys, I'm ready to taste this cake. It looks yummy. So I'm gonna go in for a bite. Look at that gorgeous chocolate ganache topping. Oh, mmm, that is delicious. Mmm. Oh, that's good. The only thing I would do different is that the recipe called for 50 to 60 minutes, and I checked it at the 50-minute mark, and it was already done. I probably would check it at 40 or 45 minutes and would have pulled it sooner because it's a tad dry, but the flavor is really, really good. It's not overly sweet, which I like. I like that it's not, so sweet that it's like sickening sweet. I like that. And the chocolate ganache is fabulous. So that is good. So if you want to make a small loaf-style chocolate cake, then definitely try this. But cut back on the cook time. I would say check it at 40 to 45 minutes. 50 minutes to an hour is too long. Maybe the ovens in Australia are different here than here. Maybe even cut the oven down to 350 instead of 355. That's what I'm going to do the next time I make this. Instead of 355, I'll just keep it 350. And I'm going to check it at 45 minutes instead. I'm sorry, check it at 40 minutes instead of checking it at 50 minutes. So those are my suggestions for this recipe. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And as always, love, hugs, and kitty kisses. Bye, guys.